Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Shadowhand. Let's continue. So the last chapter, we spent all of the 8 sub-chapters just playing regular solitaire as much as we can play regular solitaire in this game. We had no duels whatsoever. So the only thing I could think is that that was a chapter specifically to let people who are bad at duels potentially have a chance to get all 3 stars in one chapter. I could assume, certainly, that there's a chance now that Chapter 14 might be mostly duels, if not all duels. I also wouldn't be surprised if Chapter 22 is all duels. We're going to Avalon Marsh, and I can't even tell you why. It's in which Shadowhand embarks upon a quest for information. I really think it was probably just the gypsy girl who's been sending us out on quests to investigate for her. Probably just told her to go this way and investigate. That's the only thing I can figure. Let's hop in. We're back to Shadowhand. We're back into our outfit. We've played a lot of dress up doll and switched around our equipment and our clothing. We have this dagger that doesn't by default do the most amount of damage, but if every time you make a 0 it adds poison to it. Cross the Vale of Avalon will be wild and winding journey. I'm taking a risk coming here alone. Avalon, to my understanding, was the word for England, but maybe it's a part of England. It definitely is from Arthurian times. And yeah, this does look very mystical, to say the least, but I don't expect we actually are going to get into magic or anything. If we were going to be in a world with magic, we would have run into more of it quicker, sooner. Local marauders are said to lay in wait, pouncing upon unsuspecting travelers. Yeah. So we want to collect 19 stars, which is funny because the last chapter wanted us to collect 20 stars, achieve a combo of 19, and defeat the chapter boss. And we immediately start with Gwen, who resists bleed and deflects animals. I'm wondering if we fight a considerable number of people here that are named after famous people from Arthurian legend. I think Gwen is probably one of the Arthurian characters. So we have a jar of leeches item. Says inflict bleeding on the opponent and it cures poisoning. Interesting that it does 2 separate things to 2 different people. And then a poultry's
Jewel.
So she's got a woodcutter's axe +2, which has a base damage of 14, but then she's got something that is increasing that, and then another woodcutter's axe. So just 2 woodcutter's axe, but something that is increasing that as far as her clothing and equipment. Club tool damage +20%, and her combos start at 5, where my combos also start at 5. And I have a knife piercing 10%. Okay. Turns a target playable card into loot. So now, if I did this. Interesting. So that gives me gold, 23 gold, and it gets rid of one of the copies of the card. Interesting. Alright, I think that might work for us. So 7, 6, 7, 8, 7. We could try and burn some more cards since we're early on in the charge. And 8, 9. Play that 0. Now the dagger has poison. And then there's nothing else to do. 45% to pierce defense and prime it with poison, which I assume means it is poison now. Or I could do 20 damage with a chance to stun. Yep. So she's now poisoned for 4, which does 5 damage for 3 turns. Interesting why it does 5 damage when it said poison 4. Unless poison 4 is the 4th level of poison, which might be the case. We might as well play this card, and I assume that primes that for poison, but I'm not sure if that primes that for poison for the rest of the turns until we use it. Looks like it does. So a 3-charge knife that doesn't particularly do that much but could poison at any point is a nice backup to something that could potentially have a slightly higher charge to it. Of course I have bleeding. Fire damage throw. Why did I do that then? I could have played. And see, I'm really low on health. Yeah. I probably need to equip a resist bleed option. 9 0 9. We've gotten 2 of our skill points up to the maximum, so we now know where we're going further down that direction. Yeah, I think I need to stun more than I need to poison. Well, she deflected that, and there went my poison primed attack. 7, 8, 9. Leaves us on 6. 7, 5, 6. Didn't matter if I'd used the weapon or not. Okay. So being defeated and using a loot doesn't help, and that takes a really long time to charge. I'm thinking it's probably a case where first we need the resistance to bleed. Extra passive ability plus 1 defense. Really need this resistance to bleed. I think I need it. You know what we'll do? We'll do this, since we got plenty of that, and that, and then maybe we go with that one, yeah, or we'll go with that one. Yeah, this just charges up too much for that extra. We will come back to stand and deliver later, but at the moment I think we need something with a much faster charge. And then we would, I think, want to start dumping all of our powers into willpower. Once we get willpower up as high as possible, then this would charge faster, weapons wise. Now we have this, which can cause bleed, and 20% chance to cause bleeding, versus something like this, which has a much higher percentage chance of piercing, but it still got deflected quite a bit, and it's just too low of a base attack. And this seems to be consistently the issue, is that you are running into items available for purchase that are just not good enough by the time you by the time you earn them, that they're annoyingly too late. Okay. So we want to just succeed, so play all of that, I guess. Now, is this a good time to shuffle? Well, you have the ability, so we probably should do it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 20% chance to stun versus 20% chance to bleed. We want to stun him. That gives me the highest chance of moving forward. I could burn a couple of cards, or I could hope for a 0. It didn't give me a 0. So I could go spare 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's probably worth it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 1. Can't do anything, so we'll see if we can get some bleeding going. And that didn't work. Alright, so that inflicts bleeding, so should I even play now? 4, 5, 4, 4, 5 all does work. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7. I mean, just a massive amount of damage, and we're like 63 to 23, so it doesn't matter if we're bleeding or not at this point. I think we've basically got it in the bag. So we'll just attack with this since we have that charge. And then 2, 1, 2. And we'll just heal ourselves from bleeding in case this drags on, which I doubt it will. And it's getting the health down to 0, it's not clearing the board. It kind of feels like clearing the board should do, at the very least, a massive amount of damage to your opponent. But then also there's a high chance that that would happen to you. But it would be a great way to just wrap up these duels that can potentially go longer than you would like. Let's see. Okay, 8, 0. Guess can't do anything, so we'll just hit her with this. I guess using one of these is not terrible. We have kind of a high number of items anyways. 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Yeah, and that should just win. Oh, no, it's thunder, but whatever. Just attack here and win. We do need 19 stars, so we can't start a pattern here where we lock in 2 stars for all of them, but I'm gonna just say yes to that. And woodcutter's axe for 14, base charge 5. It's probably not better than what we have. And we are now just back to playing regular solitaire, so we aren't going to be doing a duel non-stop, which, yeah, that also makes some sense. Interesting choices. We either burn this or we explode this, but not either. 8, 9, which could go 9, 8, 7, or it could go 0, 9. Then now we can go 8. And we might as well get rid of the 7. Is this the best point to potentially? Yeah, if you burn that and that, then we're finding an item here. 9. So I think that's probably as much as we're gonna find. The third torch is over here under the 7. So we do know that now. 2. And I don't think this would ever get rid of that. 5 does nothing for us. 8 can get rid of that. I don't know why I did that though. Obviously I should have done that to get rid of that. Then 5, 8. 8 can get rid of that 9. Wow, missed 2 matches there. I'm just way too trigger happy to move on to the next step. And I've probably done that more than I realize. I don't think I've done it a lot, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's been several times where I've just stupidly skipped forward when there was playable cards and made the game even more difficult for myself. But I think the vast majority of the time the game is making itself difficult without any of my help. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Should we attack now? Like, we're not going to get another charge for the rest of this run, so probably not. 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 8. We have like one more turn though. So what can we do? We got this loot. If I was to hit this and this, I mean, we're gonna pretty much fail anyway, so 0, 1, 0, 1. And then 1 joker, 4, 5. And just as a time-saving mechanism, I think we'll take that and move forward. Now we need to play a ridiculous amount of cups. I just don't think that's going to work. Let's just restart the hand immediately. Yeah, that's a way better starting deal. And now 9 can get 0. And then you can't do anything more. 2 can get 3, 4, 3, 2. Take that spare. 2 then goes back to 3. Okay, not too bad. Then we have a 2 that does nothing. We've got another joker. A 0 should land there. Which then... Oh, these explosive ones will just basically destroy everything next to them. Interesting. But I don't know if that's particularly helpful because of the way the cards are laid out. It seems like you would never really accomplish much. Maybe get 2. So do I want to go 9, 8, 7, 8, 7, and back to 8, I guess. Do we want to reshuffle? Yeah, you might as well. This is the best time. We can go 8, 7, 8. 8, 7. Or we could go 6, 5, 4, 3. 3. 2. Then 1. Not too bad. Do we want to play something here? Nope. 3 can get this 4. And we're getting a decent amount of luckies now to really help us win. If anything, I could see for some players it's starting to feel a lot like the game is just playing itself and you're not being given a opportunity to show off your own skills because you're getting these luckies. Of course, I guess if you never put any points into upgrading, you probably would never get the luckies, and you could play that way if you wish to. I don't think it's worth the frustration for most people, though. And that would have to be a very early game decision to say, hey, I don't want any of these extra cheats. I just want to play purely the way solitaire normally would play. Although I suspect a significant portion of people who play solitaire just as a casual hobby do cheat when nobody's looking around, looking over their shoulder. Cheat a little bit because it's not very satisfactory to have a run that you put a decent amount of effort or time into, and then all of a sudden you don't have any success to show for it. Right. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Shuffle now. 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. This is not charged yet. That's what I figured. And you can kind of get these great combos, and they still don't really reward you as much as I would like them to. 8, 9, 0, I guess. 0, 1, and go back to 0 and 9. I'll go with the 2. Nine gets the 0 done, which then has to basically do this and this. This is gonna play out pretty badly. 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. Finally get a match, but that does ultimately make that completely useless. If anything, I should get an achievement for setting off a bomb there and not blowing up anything. 7, 6. 3, 5, 5, 4, 1, 0, 9, 8. Okay, we can win here. 8 chances to get a 2 or a 0. Very easy to do. Leaving this charged and these 2 mostly charged. Maybe we'll have another challenge. We need 11 more stars. We still need a combo of 19, which apparently we haven't gotten. And we need to defeat the chapter boss. I merely bid you a good day, young miss. I didn't mean to interrupt you skinning that badger. Yeah, and there's just like no conversation at all, even as far as what the other characters are saying. It'd be kind of silly to take the story as this, but it would be funny if it turned out that Shadowhand is literally just picking fights with people and she's totally crazy, and that's why you never hear most of these low-level characters say anything. What is this? Our stealth is at 89. I still have yet to figure out what stealth does. We're at 68 health, 6 defense, with a knife piercing of 10. I have the wrong items equipped. Let's see. Yeah, you have all this stealth, and then less stealth just increases your chances of dodging. Yeah, this sash would be the thing we'd want to replace. Sea weapons. Riding boots. Do we even have the riding boots? I don't even think we do. Yeah. Yeah, I think at this point we might be well suited to own one of everything, but nah. I think that would be kind of silly. There we go. Hack for base 12 and 25% chance to cause bleeding. Cause bleeding. Poisons and weakens an opponent. Antidote cures poison. Interesting. So probably should. I hate to go back, but I probably should just maintain one of those. Alright, let's do this. Seems like no matter how strong we get, we still run into people that have more health, but nobody seems to be getting over 99, which does give me a bit of hope that we are not in the long run going to end up struggling like crazy. 8, 7, 8, 7, 6, 7. I guess we go for a stun unless we want to play a 5 here, which we could do. 5, 4, 3, 2. Gets that combo of 19, 0, then 9, then 8, then 9. At some point there, I probably could have gone 2 here. And then while we're at it, but if we were just to use our abilities, 8 there, and then change that to 5. I could use the spare to do 4 or 5, but no, I think I'm fine. And then that gets our health very much in line with each other. So that is a good start. Although it does seem like you kind of always fall back a little bit. So, yeah. Charge 100% for the next 3 turns. Which is a negative because it takes twice as much to charge it then, I guess. Well, we'll start bleeding her and maybe that will be enough. Meanwhile, we'll throw a grog thing. Let's see. Yeah, I have to keep playing, sorry. Yeah. I was double checking to make sure I was recording. Yep. 4. Right. Our charge is now done, but we have this bleed. So if we don't have a charge, I think we should probably end the bleed. 6. Yep. Heal ourselves. Then we'll probably just play out. And with any luck, we can win this duel and save a health refill for the for later duels, which clearly we're going to have later duels. 5. Smack. One, 2, 3, 2. 3, 2, 1, 0. 7. Well, if it's a 7 damage, I think we can win here if we just do this, then do this, and then let's see, do this one because that charges that up more. 7 minus that does 3. And then, are we really in a good position? Let's just hit her for that. And then, nothing to do here, so hit her for that and we'll win. And yeah, we would have never gotten 3 stars there. We get marsh blades and a melee tool. 25% chance for bleeding. We'll have to just see if that equipment is actually any better. 12 charge of 4 versus 12 charge of 4. 20% chance to cause bleeding. 25% chance to cause bleeding. Right? Base damage 12, 25% chance to cause bleeding, 20% chance. Yeah, that really makes it feel like there's a very high chance that there will be one final melee weapon that has 25% chance of bleeding. Would probably be the highest we'll ever get, and it's just going to start maxing out. Poison and weakening the opponent's not a terrible idea, but I think we'll start with that instead. And I think we'll start with one of those. No, we'll take one of these instead. And play. You need a diamond and a cup. There's a diamond and a cup on the top facing up. And it will be just, I suppose, a bit of a hassle to uncover the flame, which is here, and this one looks like there isn't a flame there. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Burn. Alright, there is literally no good reason not to play this right now. Bam, that, and just get rid of a massive amount of cards that don't count towards a combo. So that is one thing I guess to take from that, is if you were just seeking a combo, you are going to shortchange yourself there. And do we have an 8 or 6 further? No. 6, 5. 5, 9. I guess we go 9, 0. Then you take this one, and then this 2, and then this 3, and then I guess this 2, and then this 1, and then this 2, and then it kind of doesn't matter what of the 3s you take. if I had the hammer, maybe I could hammer at this point and knock out 2 of the 3 surrounding item cards, but the hammer doesn't do 3 surrounding items like the exploding barrel does. So, yeah, it kind of doesn't matter. You just hit this one, and then hit that one, and hit that one. Or, oh, we take this instead, and then this instead, and then we can loop around some more and get rid of a lot of those cards. And it's probably ridiculous to shuffle at this point, but we'll see. Just use all these abilities while we've got them. Right, that locks us into finding a 6 or a 4 next. And now we just need 2 6s or 8s. Or maybe we don't even need that much because we'll get lucky. So we could get a 2-star here, a 2-star here, and a 2-star here, and we'd be fine. And we of course have to beat the chapter boss. We once again are just not getting any story at all as far as A, why did we come to these moors and marshes of Avalon, and B, how can you really tell a story when we haven't even run into an important character? Yeah. And I'm sure some people would probably say I'm being a little too critical and that I should just realize it's a solitaire game and it was never going to have much of a story to it. I can't fully agree with that though, because Shadowhand definitely felt like it was advertising itself as a little bit more than just a solitaire game. And it is a little bit more than your average solitaire game, I'll grant it that, but it was only really a tiny step more when I was kind of expecting this to be 50% solitaire. Really, not barely, but yeah, I was expecting this game to be 50% solitaire and then 50% more of an RPG turn-based thing where sure, maybe you're playing solitaire during the duels, but it would not really matter that much. Whereas, yeah, this game is still, I would say, 80% solitaire, at least. 3. See. 3. 2, 1. 0. 9. 8. 5, 6, 5. Oops. Might as well get rid of that 4. 8. We've got 2 2s and 2 8s. That's kind of a bad position to be in, so let's play this. Alright. That helped quite a bit. Then 1, 2, 3, 2. Is that soap that we just got, or is that a different item? Yep, it's probably the soap item, but it's a little lacking in distinction. It needs kind of a soap bubble effect or something on it just to make it a little bit more obvious. Okay, so we have 7 cards now to potentially get rid of 3 cards. I think we can assume that we have a decent chance of succeeding there. All we really need now is a 7 or a 5. And then we could play the spare to get this 2. There we go. So now we're just looking for a 0 or 2. There we go. And it's a little too early to just try and build up the maximum number of spare cards. Ideally all jokers, but I am trying to lean towards that goal more and have more backup options so we see less occurrences of just failing after 10 minutes of playing a game. I don't know what these marsh folks have against outsiders, but their motto appears to be "get off my land." Yeah, and see, that's a funny line, so I will ignore the fact that in this time frame, land ownership was really reserved to just land barons and the king, queen, royalty.
Duel.
And even now in the UK, technically you don't own the land at all. You're renting it from the crown, which, yeah. As an American, I think the UK dullard attitude towards some of the long-standing injustices against their society has not done them well. They need to rise up and demand some more rights. Let's see. Well, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, well, we are doing a duel. I could just straight up soap this guy. And I think that is a great move to start with, is just soap him. And we've got an item but the item will just go into our inventory because our inventories are already full, which really makes you feel like there should be a extra slot in Duel when you earn something. Yeah, I guess that does have bubbles in the background. It's just that if you're not paying attention to the background, it looks more like a mattress on a box springs than a piece of soap. And frankly, it really isn't the color that a piece of soap would look like in the olden days. Soap would be more brownish and frankly a little bit more dirty looking than pure bleached white, chemically adjusted soap of modern times. At least I think that's true. I don't know. I'm having one of those moments where I realize, yeah, you know what? I could be saying things and could be totally wrong. Yep. I don't think I'm wrong, though. But I guess that would be true for everybody. Alright. Stun him. And play the game. So we'll stun him for 3 turns. That'll let us get combos. I don't know if that was what we needed to do. 3-2. 3-2 is probably the better move. 1, 2. Okay. He's already stunned, so bleed him, I guess. 9, 8. He's already stunned, so try and stun him some more. I don't think you can double stun people. That would be a little unfair, particularly if that came back on you. 3, 2. Stun him again. And continue down this route. I think we soap him. Well, he deflected. And he had that throwing knife, which we didn't even look at. Which we should have looked at it. Okay. Yeah. Stun him. And I guess we'll take that one. And slash him. Yeah, it seems like what we're going to end up doing here is having to still try and recover a lot of our health. Even stunning him, he still seems to have managed to do as much damage to me as I've been able to do to him. This guy just has a major deflect on throwable items, so that's why those 2 throwable items didn't work, so I should rethink this duel if I have to do it again. Yeah, his defense is very high too, and that is causing problems. Him stunned and bleeding could save the day. 3, 2. I don't think bleeding. Oh, does bleeding actually potentially do more damage if you doubled up on it? That would be an interesting twist, certainly, is if somebody was bleeding and then you cause the bleeding effect again. Could you do a significant amount of damage to somebody? Right. 1, 2, 1. Zero. He's bleeding still, so let's go for another stun. And that gives him a throwable knife. Alright, we're balanced, but it definitely still feels like we could mess this up fairly badly. And he is still doing, it seems like, a lot more damage to me than I am to him on average. If I spare the 3 here, if I spare the 3 here, I don't think it does anything at all. I think we may just end up going back and forth here. 7. I guess 3 now could do something, so 3, and then 2, and then 3, and then 2. Then do I want to play a Joker for 8, 9? Yeah, he has like a 20% resistance to clubs and tools, so all I really needed to have done is not come in with clubs and tools in this fight, and I would have been able to win. I still may be able to win if I get incredibly lucky. There we go. See if we can pull this off. 9. Yeah, it doesn't do a lot. One, 2, 1, 0, 9. Smack this. I think this kind of shows that there are some builds and strategies where players could kind of heavily focus on those very specific builds and strategies and not really be prepared for a curveball like this, which this definitely does feel like more of a curveball. I wanted to see what it did. I didn't want to throw it, but whatever. I guess if I had gotten these throwing knives more often, maybe that would have made up the difference. I should be just trying to attack him with bleed on second thought, because bleed is doing like 7 damage per turn, way more than an actual strike. 0, 7, and 9, 0, 0, 9. So he's got 4 health left, which pretty much means that it's going to take me 2 strikes to do it, but I think I can pull this off, unless he can get a major combo going, which that is a concern. So let's just do this. The exact right amount of damage to defeat him. And now we have to get 2 stars in the final duel. Which I think we probably can do. 10% chance to deflect marsh gas and belladonna grenades. 18 gold, not a lot of gold. And you deal 13 base damage plus the attack bonus with a 100% chance to pierce defenses. So throwing knife is incredibly useful. In fact, it is probably one of those items that is just at the maximum and you're not going to get a better piercing throwable item. There are powerful energies swirling around like mist in this strange and ancient place. Old wives and antiquarians mention Avalon in the same breath as druids, warlocks, and their kind. Yet we get no conversation at all with Merle here, as in Merlin. No one sets foot here without the proper rituals. You've just signed up to become a sacrifice. Alright. So what has he got? 2 cards fewer to make a combo. Marsh gas. Smoke bomb. Poultice. How come he has the ability to have 4 items? And he has a tool. 50% to pierce damage. Alright, well. We didn't check everything there, but Is this better than this? I don't think it is. I think, like most RPGs, when you have something that increases your stats here, or more accurately here, that is way better than any other possible option. Okay. Let's start with a snuff bomb. Let's soap and soap. Yeah. And the fact that you have to do an entire chapter to level up really sucks, because yeah, you just know you're not going to get any help as far as a random level up. And in most RPGs, it feels like they're sometimes programmed to level you up if you're having trouble and give you a second wind in a section. Where here, I could level up at the end of this chapter and go back and play the chapter again, and that's it. We're back to these cards these dark cards, which I guess have been the only ones that have kind of consistently, maybe it wasn't even worth making that match. Yeah, maybe those are the only ones that have consistently sticked around as a gimmick. Yeah. Okay. 7, 8, 7. I'm just trying to get a bleed on him, I guess. And I guess that's what we'll probably try to do every turn, is just get a bleed on him. Being poisoned. Really not having any options. Right. So now he can play all he wants, but it won't help him for 3 turns. Which, arguably at that point, he should probably just not bother playing at all. 8, 7, 6, 7. 6, 7. Do we shuffle now or wait? Shuffle does tell us that where we're going is here. 8, 9, 0. 1. Okay. Do 1 more damage and possibly stun. Let's see. 2, 3. Can't really do anything else. Do that. I guess we'll disarm him. Let's see if we can find a balance. 1, 2, 8, 3, 4. Even if we did get a bleed on him, I guess he would just probably heal it, but I think we'd have to play through that. Seems like we're gonna have to spend a lot of time here to just get balanced, let alone further ahead. 7, 8, 7, 8, 7. Finally got a bleed on him. And he did that whole combo and didn't attack, which I wouldn't think that was the right move. 0, 9, 1, 0. See, this is just a straight up pyramid layout. Do I want to play something 6, 5, 6, 5? Yeah, I don't think that's too bad. 6, 5, 4, 5, 8. Nope. 3, 2, and stun. 7. 2 doesn't do anything for us. I guess we have to get this corner and this corner to uncover these leeches. And leeches probably would help me fairly well, although they would hinder me quite a bit too. Well, you have a decent shot of that all playing that way. Yeah, and I just gave the leeches to him. But I got really lucky there and also deflected them. 8, 7, 8. We want to target this pile. Yep. 25% chance to cause bleeding. Seems like he would be bleeding more often than that, but I guess it just shows 25% is not that high of a number. Let's see, 5, 4, 3. Another joker. 2, 1, 0. Uncover. 1, 2, 1. Can we shuffle now? Yes, but there's not enough cards exposed to justify that. 8, 7, 6, 5, 6. Shuffle now? Sure. 5, 4, 3, 2. Three. All right. And stun again. 7, 8, 9, 0, 5, 6, 3, 9, 0, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3. Alright, do I want to take the leeches or risk him getting the leeches? Do I trade a joker for an item? I think I do. And nothing more, so we'll do that. And we gotta bleed again. it does seem like we'll win now. 7. And then smack. Seems like we probably won't even need the leeches. It's kind of unlikely we'll be able to make it all the way around again and get another pair of leeches though. He's stunned, he's bleeding, there's actually very little more to do, so we'll just smack him. Yeah, 1 star. You may have won the battle, but you haven't won the war. The Avalon defenders will be back for more. We can look at the loot, and then we have to try all over again. Oh my goodness. Seriously? Ah, this is ridiculous. We didn't do it. And instead of clicking the retry button, I clicked the loot button. And because I looked at the loot, it took away all my progress for everything. Meanwhile, do we even have the items? No, it reset us all the way back to an hour and 12 minutes. Completely unacceptable. I even have the same equipment equipped that I did at the beginning of this episode. Alright, well, we need to test something else out here. I have wondered, certainly, what would happen if we went and just played relaxed mode on this. So skip story and just hit play. There's really not a lot that needs to be said. Yeah, playable card into loot. Can't even use this right now. Why do I still have that equipped? Yeah, we're at a very early tutorial mode, obviously. 8, 7. And why is it not letting me use any of these abilities yet? Intentionally is trying to make us mess up. So this gets you gold, certainly. But this first one isn't going to let you use your abilities. Alright, skip story here. And this, I guess, will just be a real challenge. Just to see if we get this item again, which we probably won't. But also B, to just see if we end up in a better place. Alright. That was 30 gold. That's a massive amount of gold for this early of a run. And we'll take that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Overkill in one hit. So yeah, definitely in relaxed you can pull that off. 1 turn, That itself should be an achievement. 24 gold for that. Does that give you more experience though? No, it doesn't. At least it doesn't seem like it does. And see, now that is marked as being done, but if it doesn't give you an experience, or if it doesn't give you enough experience, then why would you bother to do that? I've made this nightmare for myself, certainly, by playing on hard mode. But I suppose what we'll do now, and this has been an increasing trick that I've used, is I'm just going to pause this recording right now, and I'm going to run back to the final boss battle, and then I'll unpause the recording. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, it's been a while, and we're still kind of in a bad position, generally speaking, because I have to get 3 stars in this final duel. And frankly, if this fails, again, in any future chapter, I'm just gonna drop down to playing on normal. There's just no reason to struggle to my best of my ability. Like, I have really tried and not really succeeded. So I'm going all out here. Gonna immediately consume clarity. Take 2 turns when I need to and refill our health. And yeah, I'm going to really try to get a great combo and just win against this guy. I decided to swap my weapon to the sea armor piercing weapon, and I've got the anti-bleed chests, which at this point the anti-bleed chest actually isn't what I should be wearing as far as equipment. I should be wearing 20% chance to resist piercing instead. It kind of feels like at this point I should have a lot more weapons that are actually viable and usable weapons, or a lot more articles of clothing that are more viable, usable, but they aren't. I do have a pretty decent stockpile as far as just what it will take as far as spare cards. Alright, so that is reducing my combo start by +3. Which, at some level, I think almost just wastes our time. And I guess I could play a spare card now, and probably should. Spare card 7, 6. And then take this 7 in particular. And then 6. And then take this 7. And we're definitely looking for bleeding. And it's probably not really worth it to go any further trying to shuffle, trying to do anything else. It's going to be a real hard move to unlock that. Yeah, him doing like 14 damage. It's just a lot. It really just feels like way more than it should be. Alright, we'll play this. We'll shuffle. We could have done this. We'll take this. Then that lets us go a little bit further down the path. Let's see. 7, 6, 5. Well, what you probably want to do is a 6 here, and then a 5 here. Save that for later. Take this 5. Instead, go 5, 6, 5. And we could go 6, 7. And we can go back to 6. Or we could go 4, 5, 4, 5. I think that is probably the best way to do it because we can leave these cards for later. 3. And if I can get a major combo. This guy just has defenses against everything. So unless this wins for me. 2, 1, 2 would clear those there. And I could play a joker to get to 8 and 7, but nothing else. 25% chance of bleeding, 25% chance to pierce. Didn't pierce. Now we're poisoned. Now we can do 9, 8, 7. And yeah, I could do this and this with the Joker. Probably is worth it. My damage is going to be reduced. I think I'm poisoned, but I guess maybe the leeches cure poisoning on your opponent, not on you, which, yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. There we go. Now we're on to the second loop. Guess you go 9, 8, 8. And he's just deflecting everything. So I probably should just be attacking with this. But he's still at like double our health. Alright, so 3 could match here, and I could charge a gun. Or we could go a 5 and I could charge a sword, which is, we don't have any swords. So yeah, you just take this 5, and that's the best you can do. And then we'll just drink this. And we're about to die. 0 doing absolutely nothing for us. So we'll just get our health back up. 9 can get this 8. And then we really need something. If we played this, we could do 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 3, 4. Go ahead and play that early. 5. Then you can go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 0. Can we get far enough ahead? Now, I have haste for 1 turn. I don't even know what would have done to give me haste. Sorry, I've been wearing out my voice a lot, doing a lot of talking lately. Honestly, I probably need to take like 5 days off of making any footage, but I can't ever justify that in my head. One second, I'm gonna mute myself and try and cough this out. Yeah, sorry about that. Alright, so shuffle. Yeah, shuffle, obviously the right move there. I guess, thank goodness I had to take a little bit of a pause there to think things through. Alright. Cooperate with me a little bit more. 8 to 7. Okay. And yep. Can't really do anything there, so we'll just play this, and I'm hoping, I guess, to get the leech. So, for the leech, I'll trade my last Joker card. And that leaves me there. Now we've got bleed. Problem here is we needed this to be done in 23 turns. How many turns has it been? 13? We need to win in the next 10 turns. But then and that's fairly questionable, really. It doesn't feel like that's guaranteed to happen. Okay. Try for piercing shot, I guess, since he's already bleeding. And then I don't see a reason to really do anything other than that. 5, 15 turns taken. We really can't do anything, so we'll throw this and start bleeding on him again. And I guess bleed may win for us. 0, 1, 2, 1. Pierce. Okay. We may have this. We've got 18 turns taken. If we can get this 23 or under. 4 here. Do you go 4, 5 and charge your gun? I think you do. And then you take those and just use that ability. I need like one more hit, which I still could be a hassle. Yeah, 19 turns. It's so random. You may have won the battle, but you haven't won the war. The Avalon defenders will be back for more. And so this whole chapter, storyline wise though, we have to remember, is completely useless. Like, all we did was go to the marsh and fight a bunch of people. We did not get any information. I don't even remember why we were going here. It does seem like it was just 8 subchapters and a lot of struggle for no reason. And now you have this cloak that would give you a 60% chance to resist poison. Maybe this cutscene didn't show previously. That was brutal. But I've made it to the Whistling Willow Inn. Truly a welcome sight in the wilderness. The herbalist here in the wetlands around Avalon concoct a powerful antidote useful against poisons. Okay. So we have a secret ring, +1 updo, adds an extra undo when combined with the affection ring. So you could just have a massive amount of undos. I don't know if you really would want to spend a lot of money on that. A insight attribute versus a guile +1 defense makes that very desirable to buy. And then grog bombs and throwing knives. I don't think we spent the money there. Weapon wise, these weapons are still incredibly expensive and not really worth it. This is 6, but a charge of 6, but it's not a terrible idea as a weapon. 30% chance to pierce defense. That's not a bad idea for a weapon also. 5 charge does 13, 25% chance to pierce, 30% chance to pierce. It is a land weapon versus a sea weapon. Meanwhile, we're just, I think, going to put everything into this. Like, because I feel like if you put the percentage up here, it's not going to remove more cards. It's just going to remove 1 extra card more often. Whereas willpower going up seems like that's really good. And this title here probably doesn't mean anything. And probably does not change based on your appearance or anything like that. We will definitely buy this item. And we'll definitely buy this item. And we'll go ahead and equip this. And sure, one of those. And one of those. I think you probably always need an anti-bleeding element. This cloak would replace that. So yeah, this giving you +1 defense, or +2 defense, seems like way better of a useful ability. Okay. Six charge, 5 charge. 20% of a defense of like 5 would be maybe 1 defense for 3 turns. That's actually not useful at all. This one, however, can replace that one. And if we could get a sword that was a land sword that would do a massive amount of damage, that might be something. This is 14 with a charge of 5. The way this is balanced and how defense directly reduces 1 point of attack does leave you in a scenario where you are heavily likely to always need to upgrade things. Okay. I don't think I would buy this right now. Let's buy this right now. And then this is for sea. This would be land. Swords. I didn't have the right thing equipped. Need land. Guns. Yeah. I didn't even have the right thing equipped. Well, that may explain some of my struggle, certainly. And then we have about 500 gold left, which we probably should just sit on. But we'll buy the secret ring. The problem with undos is really you can only undo a mistake that you just made and would have to recognize that you just made it. Whereas if you could undo back 10-20 steps with one undo, that might be a lot more useful. Actually, not even 10 or 20. That's way too much. If you could just undo 3 maneuvers, that would be fine. It's weird how the game pushes you in the wrong position. Should be in the center, and then you hop out and it's over here. Alright, well, so the story is basically chapter 14, we fought a bunch of people based to eventually fight Merlin, for lack of a better term, and now we're going here and we'll probably get some item of some importance, and we may have to struggle again, if not here then here, to get enough stars to move forward. And yeah, we still have 7 chapters left playing on very hard, and at some point I think there is a very high chance where we will just straight up have to jump down to normal. And I guess if you played on relaxed, you could just straight up skip the duels completely. I hadn't even thought of that. That might explain the 8 subchapters per chapters. If you were playing on relaxed and skipping all the duels, you may only have 4 subchapters in that case. Yeah. I vaguely recall when playing Regency Solitaire that the game near the later part got a little grindy and got a little frustrating. I feel like Shadowhand is dangerously close to going in that same direction. We haven't gotten an achievement in a very long time from Shadowhand also. That may mean that the remaining achievements are either tied to beating the game or something that's done in the process of beating the game, or they are incredibly difficult achievements. Yep. Okay, well that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.